Good morning, class. It's Monday, April 20th, 2020. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and your early Friday. So today we're going to be starting on a math project. You will not have a YouTube lesson each day this week. You'll still want to go on and watch the video so you know which part of the project you'll be working on, but no new material. You're going to be taking what you've already learned about polygons and you're going to be putting together a project. So our project's called Polygons in Nature and you'll be working on day 1 of that today. You're going to need the app's book creator and PicCollage to do this, and there will be a question about your progress on the project on Google Quiz. In reading, we're going to be reading an article today called The World's Oceans. There will be a question about that on your Google Quiz. In writing, it's going to be working hand in hand with math, so again, you'll be working on your polygons in nature. And in science, we're going to be talking about animal habitats. You're going to be watching a video on Generation Genius, and you'll have some questions on your Google Quiz. Upcoming assignments. So your Polygons in Nature adventure story, that's going to be due April 28th. That's next Tuesday, so you have a little over a week to work on this. You'll also need to watch the review video for reading, writing, and comparing decimals. It looks like this, and it will be in the attachments each day this week. Watch the video on Monday. If you understand it, then great. If you are uncertain, you can watch it a couple other times over the week or come into our live meet to get some help with it. We can do some practice problems together. And then on Friday, we're going to be taking a test over reading, writing, and comparing decimals. You need to be on Meet at your assigned time. Your time is the same each week and is in the document called Friday Meet Schedule in the attachments. Be prepared to have studied and come with paper and pencil. Okay, for math and writing, it's kind of a combination. You're going to be doing a project called Polygons in Nature. And right here I have an example of my own. You will write a nonfiction. It's not really a nonfiction because we're making it up, but it will be kind of inspired by that. Narrative adventure story where you will encounter the 6 quadrilaterals we have learned about. Trapezoids, parallelograms, rectangles, rhombi, square, and kites. Now, you're going to get about a week to work on this project. And there's going to be a few apps you're going to want to use. You're going to want to use Book Creator, PicCollage, Camera, your Google Classroom, and you might need to use Epic to read on some books to get some background knowledge. I actually had to do quite a bit of this myself. I did some research on the Amazonian animals, plants, and the culture so that I could write mine. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do for this project today is you're going to read my book on Polygons in Nature. The reason I want you to read mine is so you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about when I say it's going to be a nonfiction inspired narrative. That sounds a little bit confusing. So what I'm wanting is I want you to have pieces in there that seem like it's a true factual book. Now, with it being a narrative, we know it's not. You're going to be making up this story. So for example, in mine, as you read it, you're going to find out, and you'll see here, it says a true accounting of my time in the rainforest. Obviously, I haven't been to the rainforest anytime, ever. And it's a pretend adventure story where I go to the rainforest and while I'm out hiking around, I actually come across like trapezoids out in the wild or a kite flying above the rainforest. And so the shapes are made to sound more like animals than actual shapes. So that's where it's going to sound like a narrative. It sounds like some sort of an adventure that I'm on. And then it has some true fact, like next to the kite, it says, it has 2 adjacent sides that are equal in size. So just read through the book and try to get an idea of what your book might sound like. So on day 1, also, you're going to need to choose a theme. So mine was exploring the rainforest was kind of my theme. Some other ideas I had, you guys could do exploring space. And you could have quadrilateral planets or space objects. So maybe you could land on planet rectangle. Maybe you could be exploring a jungle and come across quadrilateral animals. So maybe you see a parallelogram stalking a square in the jungle. You could do something about under the ocean with quadrilateral sea life. So maybe you could see a giant rhombus swimming through the ocean. You could be touring a farm or a zoo and seeing quadrilateral animals, maybe exploring the Antarctic, Arctic, or the desert and encountering different animals there. Some other ideas maybe would be finding an undiscovered island or undiscovered planet or universe, maybe finding alien quadrilaterals. So however you want to do this, any of your own ideas are wonderful to use as well. These were just some ideas maybe to inspire you. On today's daily quiz, you're actually going to need to include your selected theme. That will be your question, is which theme did you select for your book? Okay, and I told you that writing was going to go kind of hand in hand with math. So since you're going to be writing a story but also including some of these concepts you've learned in math, I put here a narrative planner just to kind of remind you. So today, this would be your third task, along with reading my book and choosing a theme, is that you're going to want to create a small planner for your story. I would turn a sheet of paper sideways and draw out this plot diagram. Remember, it says exposition here. We would use the word beginning. But in this particular part of the story, you should have an idea of who your characters are going to be and where you're at, your setting. So mine was the rainforest, me, Pedro, and Picari. This is where you can put in some ideas of what's going to happen before you come across a problem. And as you read mine doesn't have a huge problem. In mine, I never get to see a kite. And so I'm a little bit bummed. All right, and so yeah, climax is the problem, and then some falling action. So in my story, I'm a little bummed that I don't get to see the kite, but I'm happy that I still get to go to this journey to the rainforest and all the other quadrilaterals that I've seen. And then here we have denouement, or the end, and here's where you're going to maybe fix your problem. And so in mine, my character actually ends up seeing a kite last minute as they're packing up to leave, and so that problem is resolved. So making just a general idea. Remember, our narrative planners don't have to be super detailed. It can just be a few little notes here and there about what we kind of want to see happen in our story. So right now would be a good time maybe to pause this video and go and read my example text, think on a theme for yourself, and start your planner. Once you've done these things, you can go into your Google quiz, answer the question about what theme you selected, and then come back to this YouTube video to finish today's lessons. All right, guys, so today in reading, we're going to be reading a short story called The World's Oceans. I think it's got a lot of interesting comments in it, or material in it. If you are interested, go ahead and post a comment, link, or video about some of the related ideas that were in the article, such as tides, the Great Barrier Reef, tsunamis, or the Mariana Trench. There will be a question about this on your Google quiz, so right now would be a good time to pause the video, go read the article, answer your question on your Google quiz, and then come back to this video. Okay, so for science, we have now learned that there are 5 animal groups that have backbones. These groups are called vertebrates, and they include mammals, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and fish. We've also learned that these animals' bodies change over generations to allow them to survive wherever it is that they live on this planet. And so today you're going to learn a little bit more about the habitats that these animals live in, and how their bodies adjust to those, and what those habitats have to offer these animals as far as why it's a good place to live. You are going to learn about this by watching a video on Generation Genius. The link to the video will be under our morning announcements in the attachments. So right now would be a good time to pause this YouTube video, go to your Google Classroom and open up the Generation Genius video. Watch that video. When you're finished with that, go to your Google quiz and answer the question about the video, and then come back here and finish watching this video for the rest of your instruction. Okay, guys, and I know this has been the app of the week this is going on our 3rd week, but I still haven't had anyone pass off a section, and I know from what I've seen in class that that can be done. So I would like you to spend 15 to 30 minutes each day on Freckle. Remember, I do get a daily email letting me know who has been on and who has not been on. So make sure that you are on Freckle, that you are maybe working on the same section so that you can pass it off. And then send me a screenshot of your passed off section on Seesaw. Okay, guys, this is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy your projects.